Look at you yummy health potion. We are looking at a Bitcoin price today, friends, on Crypto's Juiciest News. We have actually reclaimed the poopy zone, and we are now here. We are at 63,000 American dollars, and Ethereum is $3,100. The ETH BTC ratio as well, friends, still moving sideways. Maybe we're waiting for the Ethereum ETF, who knows? But right now, it's good to see that we actually came back in. If you remember, friends, we have just the fractal that BCB drew. We go, no. But friends, it's just crazy how, if we just go back, man, 3 or 4 times, how much have we seen now, friends? Look at this, 20% reset. 20% reset. This is it for Bitcoin. 20% reset here, 20% reset here. This is now the 4th one. And just to remind you, actually went lower here. Is just this marker went actually lower, friends, 23% here. But you get to see 20, 20, 20, 20. Each time in the past, now we don't know, it's going to happen again, but each time in the past, that 20% of Bitcoin marker, because I was here, reset the story. It killed whatever speculation fever was going on at the time. Even in the scenario where Bitcoin did a 100%, look how big Bitcoin moved, friends. Literally, the next week, Bitcoin moved up 46% in a freaking week. Bang. It reversed up 46%. Even when it reversed up, there were new narratives that formed. So this was back here. This was in March, April of last year, and this is where Pepe was birthed here. But Pepe didn't exist back here, friends. And you want to know something interesting? One of the guys who made $1.2 million on Pepe from a $200 investment, he put in $2,000 into a Pepe ICO that rugged. Okay, a Pepe ICO, I put on the website, put in like $2,200. It rugged. Why did it rug? Because they all thought it was still a bear market, as Bitcoin did the USDC depegging drop. See this crash here? This was USDC depegging. Isn't that crazy? Pepe, they tried to do it in February in 2023, but because it was just 2 months too early, you got nothing. And you only put in $200 for the next one, okay? It's also amazing. So Bitcoin had to go to higher prices to unlock the next narrative. It's kind of crazy how that works out, right? So interesting that I can actually map this out here for you. And yeah, unfortunately, there are no other influencers, YouTube channels, Twitter people that we can actually follow that presents this type of information, right? For whatever reason, friends. And that's why I'm telling you, we really are Habibi Albis together. Highest value content in crypto. Okay, Ethereum, friends, and the ETH BTC ratio. You know, I watch it every single day. Don't forget, friends, a lot of people, it's not the size of the move that matters, okay? It is the direction, okay? That's what she said. So when you're looking at Ethereum, the ETH BTC, yes, we would love it to be at an enormous price. We would love it to be huge, but you don't really need it to be. You just need it just like, can you just start doing your uptrend? Can you just start going up? That's all we need. That's all we need. Right now, it's still battling around here. It's just taking forever, man. Taking forever, friends. It could just be, look, I've also told everybody, a lot of people in my friend tech, in telegrams, you baby dolls, everywhere, in everywhere, okay? Everyone's asking, hey, they'll say to me, I want to buy a coin, and it's always on like Solana or Coinbase. And like, oh, okay, this might be new, this has potential. Here's the thing, man. I want to wait, because what if the next narrative is something no one's thinking about? No one's talking about. You don't know. So this is the risk that everyone has with every single season. That's why it's very, very tough, friends. That's why, you know, when all the coins get made, think about what's actually happening here is money has gone somewhere and it has snowballed through people networking into a certain sector. It's a certain group of coins. It's a certain chain. You had Solana, Coinbase, AI. You had Telegram trading bots. You had Gamblefy. You had memes like Pepe last year. Shibarium. So people join, and what happens is the scamming grifters, alongside all the other short-term scum, they look at the people on the chain and they go, oh, there's a lot of demand for this, and they're not believers themselves. So what they say is they go, oh, people have a demand to be early to a new token, and they'll rub their hands together and go, yes, I'll supply them with a new token they can be early with. Right? And they're all just evil bastards, all these people. And that's what they'll do. They'll come and say, friends, whether they have good intentions or not, I want you to know it's all the same thing. So I want to repeat. It doesn't matter if they're the nicest person. They're all doing the same thing. They are supplying the market with a lot of tokens and logos and memes and all this other stuff. Oh, hey, this is a fork of a copy. It doesn't really matter, okay? They supply the tokens, and because there's so much supply of the tokens, the bid gets diluted everywhere. So it gets harder and harder for you and me to find good communities in there because everybody's a non-believer and they all believe it's going to last forever, and we know they don't. Okay, so that's actually what happens. And then here's the thing. Once the season dies, you realize all those scum grifters that were there, Coinbase, Solana, for example, all these people making AI coins and stuff, they don't actually care. They didn't care at all. They were just there because the narrative was at the forefront of the block or Cointelegraph and these other news media channels. And it's on Crypto Banter show and Kyle's talking about it. Okay, that's why they're actually minting those coins. They don't have a love for the project. They're not making memes and culture. They're not bonding together a community. They're not having these frequent Twitter spaces. When the FUD comes out, friends, I'm telling you right now, as we speak right now, there are grifters, all of them. They are looking at their charts and they're looking at the money in the portfolio. They're not looking at, they don't care how far it's down from the top. They're looking at, they're looking at their friends. They're like, look, man, let's just take our 50 grand from the pool or 500 grand or $1 million. Let's just take it out and screw it. I don't feel good about the market. Whatever the next thing is, we'll jump on that. There you go. That, friends, is what causes the anxiety, fear, capitulation, bang, 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 bang at the end. And everyone starts to get angry because they're the ones who get out. Because here's the thing. Everybody in the crowd, friends, if you're watching the Wall Street cheat sheet, I'll show you now. Right here. Everyone watching the Wall Street cheat sheet, friends, here's the thing. There are people in many charts and in anxiety, okay? They're in anxiety. They're like, why am I getting margin called? So they have a decision tree to make right there. They could then and there sell, but they don't because they go back to the Telegram. They go speak to the people in charge. They go, oh, we're still working. You're still building, right? They go, yes, Solana's the future or AI is the future or Coinbase is the future. Not knowing what I just showed you that the reset has happened. Now, friends, every coin that has different levels of strength as well. So like when I show you this, for example, you have all these people. Now, I'm not picking on these guys or anything. I'm just showing because it's just got an exaggerated chart. There's a 3000X and drops back down like 86%. This is Thank You Base God as a meme coin on Coinbase. But there are many others like this. Like, for example, Brett. See, friends, see these little candles of popping? These little candles, it gives everybody this hope. It's like, yes, it's going to come back up. So what they're seeing, friends, is seeing, oh, wow, you're up 30%. You're 30% for the past 24 hours. But you just look at the whole chart. You look at everything's rolling down, and you get to see this wick might get eaten up. That's what usually happens, right? Usually these wicks eventually get eaten up down here. But I'm just showing you that there's many, many examples we can go through. Many charts look like that. And I'll show you what's been hot on Solana recently. This is PopCat, friends. So PopCat, this is the chart right here. Actually done an insane run. So this is the type of stuff, friends, that keeps look at this from a daily chart. I mean, this is insane. Daily chart, it's up, what is this? 40,200x, and it's up to $500 million market cap. So this type of stuff, friends, see how it runs? It runs around this type of stuff. When it starts running up fast and these things start accelerating, a lot of people think the chain is still the future. But what it actually is people have taken their losses in many other coins that aren't moving anymore because it's PvP, right? We're circling around the drain. They've taken their losses in all these other places. They just sell that. They don't care. And they just go and move into things like this. And these things get the momentum drive at the end. But no, see, everybody's too scared to say something such as, well, we are running out of buyers. The amount of coins doing this is slowing down. And from the little coins that do this, they're getting faster and faster doing it. See, that's what the crowd doesn't see. The crowd doesn't see the whole field. The crowd does not look at, okay, look at all these 30 coins out here. All right, 28 of them dead, but one of them's going super fast. They don't look at that. All they look at, because they're gamblers, right? Because we're gambler mentality, right? All of us. We're looking at the fast moving thing. We're looking at this like, whoa, this thing's going up. You know what I mean? But you don't know, like, wait a minute. There's one coin going up, 30 of them actually going down. And it used to be 7 coins going up. And then it was 5 coins. And there's 3 coins. And there's 1 coin. That's eventually what happens. As you see, we're going lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And it's funny, because the rotation of the money, they're getting more and more desperate. And what happens is, because you've run out of new, fresh retail buyers, you are just stuck with the degens. People who go like in 2 seconds, sell and then buy. And because so many people doing that so fast, that's why at the very, very end, you have the pent-up, built-up demand of FOMO. Like, I've got to make it. This has got to be the chain. Everybody's made millions of dollars. These are the people, they automatically click sell without even thinking. They don't care how low something is, and they just throw it into something, and they cheer for huge, huge valuations. And it's funny. So you're at 586 million market cap. let me guess, everyone's cheering, oh, let's be like billions of dollars because dog we've had, it's the same thing that happens over and over again, friends. That's how I made 100x in Colt DAO. And obviously when I look back and I was able to reflect, I go, why did that thing go so fast? And you realize, oh, that's okay. And now I realize that it's because it was involving everybody who missed out on gains in the bull market. By the way, they didn't miss out on gains. They just paper hand bitches and they just kept selling, buying, long, and they come in at the end. They did not buy in 2020 in the bear markets or 2019, okay? So these people have not made it yet. So what they do is they just get rush of FOMO and they cheat for enormous targets and they're all in together. So that's how you see the story playing out, and that's what we're seeing right now. Now, as we've seen, friends, already, Bitcoin has done a friendship recovery. And speaking of friendship, okay, Friendtech has launched an airdrop. Now, this is going to be really funny when I go through this because many crypto influencers, all right, with like hundreds of thousands of followers plus, I'm not joking, friends, a lot of these people, all right, like the speculation and the rumor about all of them flashing $300,000 profit days, their net worths are all meant to be minimum $10 million. Minimum, lowest. And I mean, when I really mean lowest, I mean lowest. Like anywhere from the 10 million to the $100 million figure mark, you know, and 10 million is just starting, okay? That's what they claim to be. However, on-chain transactions reveal they are dumping Friendtech for a 98% drop. They're dumping it at lows, and a lot of them did dump at the lows, and they've just run off. So I'm saying price might find the floor, and it would be funny. Let me show you some charts now. So this is the Friendtech chart, and somehow, friends, up here, it went, look, I'm going to show you, look what a peak was. Its peak, it hit insane, all this valuation to see this at the start. Somehow it hit up here, this 10 billion, but it was there very, very momentarily. There was a few very lucky people, call them cockroaches, who were able to sell there, some doing some like weird on-chain stuff. They were able to like game some stuff and able to basically get out. And yeah, everybody else basically, it's a free airdrop dump. You can't really complain. However, it's just funny to see how the story plays out. We're going to go through this now to show you. This is, friends, what it looks like. This is where they're all dumping. A lot of people dump, but everyone was dumping the whole way. Now, the market cap right now, this is the interesting. You're probably wondering, like, what's the big commotion? Well, this is the big commotion. A lot of the people who were selling, they were selling, friends, at a market cap of, and the real number is here, about $70 million. $70 million. But they were writing about Friendtech and expected valuation to be 3 billion minimum. You understand? 100x higher, at least. A lot of them, okay? So they're selling us, you think, wait a minute, your expected valuation was, multiple billions, and it's 70 million right now. You're clicking out everything for sale. And you're meant to have a net worth of 10 million to 100 million range. A lot of these people. So everyone's scratching their head like, oh, I think that's why, friends, you read all the commentary. Everyone's keeps saying, how do people keep falling for it? These people who are influencers keep dumping on everybody and they keep extracting value from poor people, telling poor people they're going to make it. So, but remember, friends, we never told everybody, don't buy the coin. Just a free airdrop. It is what it is. But you just get to see there was extracting value to be had by that. Because what they do is they just talk up the thing so much, and there were people who provided liquidity, obviously too high, and they were buying, these people just getting out, literally minutes. By the way, this, friends, literally, this is a 1 minute candle. That's the only chance you had to get out. You had literally a 1 minute candle. Have a 1 minute. Look at this. Crazy. It started going up. Everything gets announced. 1, 2, 3, up here, and then bang. It gets swept back down. So there are a few lucky people who get it, but karma gets to everyone, friends. So this is the type of stuff that's been going on. So just to continue, personally, I'm not going to sell it, friends. I'm not selling it at poopy prices. I would rather write it all to zero. Even my friend here, Mr. Cat, he's out. So, friends, this is the funny part. Just showing you. It's just funny. Look at these posts from 2023. No one has talked about Friendtech can go to 10 to 20 billion valuations. Maybe not even Paradigm themselves, which is the guy people back in, and other VCs that didn't invest are coping, think it's zero. Then he jokes, probably 100 billion valuation. And then obviously he actually made an article. So obviously, friends, we love CEO. CEO's a friend of the channel. Yes, of course, you're allowed to change your mind. But look, just what I'm doing is forget Mr. Cat. I love Mr. Cat. Just telling you, pretend it's anybody else. Just pretend it's anyone else, friends. Everyone here is in their own self-interest. You understand? So that's what they don't tell you, friends. Like, remember, I tell you all the time, hey, I don't even have a target. I'm just looking for euphoria. Now you know why. Because a lot of these people, when they have targets, friends, don't believe them. Don't believe them. They're all full of shit. Every single one of them is full of shit. I have sat in my squeaky chair. If I could just show you all the recordings of all the people I've spoken to who bring like this super convicted things about why they're geniuses for buying high to sell to the next suckers, okay? Or why they're amazing to sell low into this and go buy the top of that. So many times, friends. Unfortunately, I don't have their heads decapitated to bring for you. You know why? Because they disappear. They change their usernames, change their avatars, or they just log off. They just become literally a fart in the wind, forgotten in time forever. That's what ends up happening to them. They are not a constant. And if they do hang around, all right, friends, they either shut up about it or they go, oh, I'm allowed to change my mind. And you're like, bro, you're allowed to change your mind. You were the most convicted person ever. That's why friends also saying, like, even when it comes to pulse chain targets, oh, 1000x and 10,000x, and oh, Hex has to break its all-time high, all these other things, friends, they don't know anything, okay? We're listening to the same people who literally can't wait to sell and, like, you know, remove the shame from their friends and family, okay? But you're just reading these articles, long articles that just have this, it's funny, selling, bang, 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 look at this, selling for 50K, 70K. That's the funny part. That's why a lot of people say, hey, but $30,000 is a lot of money, my friends told me. Yeah, it's a lot of money to you, okay? But when you're meant to have like a net worth of $22 million, do you, and you're right at the beginning of a bull market, and you've been through multiple cycles, and you know crypto's valuation, like Ethereum is still under $7,000. Does it really make sense to sell immediately, like after everybody else has sold first, 98% down? That's what you got to think about, friends. That's what I'm just telling you. I am always looking for a fair value range. Yeah, I always tell you as well, dump your airdrops if it's towards a fair valuation. 98% down in oil. Like, actually, friends, I actually said I'm going to use FriendTech more just out of spite to all the people doing this, to watch it go up without them. That'd be funny. That'd be funny if that works out. Okay. Hopefully they don't rug us before then, but we'll see. So valuations, right? Different expectations. And I've got it to explain here. Yep. Dumped at the lows by many crypto influencers. They were meant to have around $10 million net worth. Many of these people were known to be elite traders on Twitter and flash huge P&Ls. It would be hilarious if this somehow makes it back up over the bull market because all their sales are public information, screenshot shares on Twitter right now. It's all over Twitter, friends. So, oh, look where the arrow is. They're all dumping here. Bang, 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 bang. It'd just be funny if it goes up. They've all the weak hands are out. It's a perfect example of all the weak hands are out. Now here's the thing, right? If FriendTech, friends, it's at $2. If it got back around like $5, all right? If it got back around $5, I'm like, you know what? I would love 10. I would love 10. But you're at 5, it's a 2x away. And you've got a lot of these new airdropper scum out here, right? It would be, so you might say, hey, and by the way, at that point, you are like 400 million market cap. So you might say, well, you might dump your airdrop and go, you know what? I think FriendTech is going to still go higher. However, at a $400 million valuation, I might find better deals. For example, Dick with Butt, HOA, nah. Even like Orange Man, good, any or Hong, any of these Tangang coins, because a lot of your friends maybe could receive like a $1,000 airdrop or $500 if it got to that price, or $500 here and there. So you might say, you know what, you're thankful for that. Let me go disperse that, try to turn that 500 into like, I don't know, another, into like, you know, make another 10 to 20x on that. That's the way to think about it like this. But you got to be careful with that, because I've seen people right as something starts coming up, let's say the whole move is going to be a 10x, but after it does its first 2x, okay, for the move, they get out thinking, oh, sweet, I'm going to go punt on something else. But then the next 60 days, it's going to do its move up, okay? So you have to really be careful with that type of mentality. This is more screenshots of the biggest people in crypto out here. Here you have a Saka out here, dump. You have all these, look at these sells, man, dumping at $1, 88 cents, 93 cents. Our friend Kitty Cat selling at 77 cents, 86 cents. Like, they're just like their friends, these people. I don't want to show you the comment section about these at the section, because they were very vicious. Like, a lot of people, they're like really passive aggressive. They're just like, oh, well, it's taken from poor people all over again. Oh, they'll screenshots of these people in the past. Just making it's so many funny. They're like, oh, wow, the guy with like, you know, $32 million, he has to dump like this, meant to be like a great, amazing trade. That's a lot of these people are basically saying as well, friends. You know, it's funny. Look, friends, I tell you right now, you wait long enough in this game, the emperor's got no clothes. Okay? If you wait long enough, you will see they got no clothes. And I've told you 1,000 times, people will peak their character status, their competitive edge, and then it will fade away. But the crowd does not know that the edge has faded away. The crowd still thinks this person still has edge. This crowd thinks, oh, this person was amazing, but eventually they reveal themselves. They eventually lose it, friends. They know to shut their mouths. They know they speak too much. Friends, all these people, they say very little. Why? Because they're scared people will figure out they're actually frauds. That's why. A lot of people out there in Twitter sphere and all these YouTube influencers, they know they have to stay on the script. If they move off the script, they're scared of like, oh no, because all they have is their reputation. Because they know they peaked ages ago. They know they killed it in 2017 season, dumping on everybody or whatever it is, or 2021 season. They know they're frauds, friends. That's why, and this is no different to, I've been in prop firms, offices and stuff. It's the same thing, friends. What happens is you're good for a short amount of time. You know how there's like an altcoin bubble, friends, where you peak up and you do the Burj Khalifa down? Yeah, that happens to their profitability as well. But if you're focusing on day trading and shorter term stuff, you have a very, very short term edge because it's a very specific pattern you're looking for, and eventually you're not the hungry wolf anymore. Okay, but if you're looking for long-term stuff, don't guarantee long-term stuff like what we're doing, you're willing to sit through the pain, you end up crushing it, because that's what most people don't want to do. Okay, it's just funny to see all this play out. I just want to take you back to a time as well. Look at this guy. I think he's look at this, friends, making pizzas. Domino's guy worker. That is a Uniswap field, literally Uniswap field, friends. He's trading Uniswap on his laptop. Back in 2020, everybody was buying an altcoin on Uniswap and making money. That's what it was like, friends. You see, competition gets harder. You understand? It gets more fierce. When there's a demand for anything, people supply the market with competition, with tokens, with logos, with memes, everything to dilute the bid because everybody wants a piece of the pie. There's only a certain amount of bids coming in. That's why it's really important if you're holding $600 million market cap meme coins on Solana and Coinbase, like these people generally think, oh, there's going to be no more coins in the next 6 months. I'm going to have my winner forever. We'll see about that, man. We'll see about that. We'll see how that's going to go, because I'll tell you right now, there will be a rush of scammers and grifters to come in and mint thousands of new tokens to trap the next new retailers and take all the attention away. And, you know, friends, a lot of these people talking about like cat coins and dog coins. Yeah, what if Coinbase only gets the narrative in 5 months from now, and it's like so politically charged that it's like it's new types of meme coins, or some other world event happens? You see what I mean? Like it's a very, very common, one of the most common problems with investors is they always underestimate competition. They always think they've chosen the winning thing. And also main characters, they also underestimate competition too. They always call themselves or refer to themselves as God. I've solved it. We're the best. I don't care about anybody else. We're winning forever. Like Do Kwon, Richard Hart, for example. They're always like, don't worry, the competition, there's going to be no competition out there. Remember, Do Kwon, actually Richard Hart as well, right? The yield that they said everybody would want forever, it was main character status type of thinking, because now we see, guess what? Yield is just a very inefficient way to get capital price appreciation. That's what everybody's figured out. They go, oh, if we're only here for a bull market and everything drops, I don't want to sit here for your thing earning like 20% for the year. That's trash. In fact, I'd rather try and make 200% in a week. See what I mean? That's what ends up happening. Now, I know sustainably is better. However, it's not up to me or you. It's the mind of the market, because the people are learning, oh, well, you're dropping a bear market anyway. And there you go. So where to next for Bitcoin, friends? Some sick and demented people have actually bought Grayscale Bitcoin overnight. GBTC had an inflow, probably late-stage buyers who are happy to scalp for plus 5% to take their little hedge fund bonus out. Yes, friends, obviously, it's pretty much probably true. Right? You've seen many comments of them and how they speak. It's funny, right? Also, I wanted to throw this in. This video is doing the rounds. This person is Jared. Now, Jared is the chair of the Council of Economic Advisors for the Biden government on economic policy, and he's just basically like, if you just go through it, he's just like, well, I don't even know, where does the money come from? How do we pay off debts and stuff? And you know, friends, I get asked by people all the time, if the government makes the currency, why do we even pay taxes? And it's a psychological thing. It's because if they just printed all of the currency for tax, okay, and you never paid any tax, what would happen is you are only in a mindset to 100% dump their coins, dump the US dollar, dump the Aussie dollar, dump the Canadian dollar. Okay, psychologically, you never need to hoard their coins at all because they're minting it. They're only printing it, right? You don't have any tax obligations. So you always have to dump and dump and dump. That's it pretty much. And that's hyperinflationary. So what the government do is they go, wait. Let's print a certain amount, but you give us 30% back. That's taxes. So they basically get you to really try to psychologically respect the dollar and everything that's holding. So here's the thing. What about the scenario where they did like if the government would love to, the government would love the scenario where they tax you 99%. So they give you money and they tax you 99%. Because think about that. Think about how valuable every dollar you could get back would be if the government taxed 99%. You basically, it's like whoever isn't taxed basically becomes king and ruler, right? Like amongst their peers. Because like, and you really respect the dollar. The problem is everyone realizes it's a scam now. Go, what do you mean? You want to tax me 99%? It means you rule over me. I'm basically just a slave anyway. So the whole thing, you're a slave. It's a slave master system no matter what. So people are finally waking up to it slowly over time. And the government's like, well, again, they find a happy medium. They're like, okay, you give us something, you give us back a third. And they're just trying to get you to hoard the fiat currency that they're printing. So we all know this ends in one way, friends. It does highlight the government's printing, scamming, incompetence. Hopefully Bitcoin gets to 200K this cycle. And with that, that is crypto's juiciest news. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.